announcement. We are rolling.
Greetings, everyone, and welcome to another edition of In Studio. I'm your host, Ted Perch, and today we're joined by Kinga Martin, an artist who lives here in Easthampton. And if you have participated in the Easthampton group Facebook page, you probably have seen her work. It's displayed now and then, and that's how I got to see her work and invited her to come on the program. So welcome.
Thank you very much.
Nice
and I want to say thank you to everybody that likes my pictures on the Facebook, comment on them, and actually supporting me, purchasing my art. I really appreciate it.
So we were talking just before we started that you are from Poland. Yeah.
I was born in a small city called Brzesko in the Krakow area, so southern Poland. My father was an artist, actually. He's not practicing art anymore, but he went for a few years to the Prestige School in Krakow, where he was mostly working with oils.
Yeah.
And my grandmother as well, she was a poet, a local poet, I call it, since she didn't have any high education. However, she was well known for her poetry.
Yeah.
It was a very crafty family. We all like to do something. But no music. Apology for that. Everybody was a sort of crafter and a painter. I lived in Italy for a while, over 5 years. It was the southern part of Italy, Puglia, in Bari, Putignano and Noci, very touristic areas, beautiful.
Yeah. And what were you doing
in Italy?
Yeah.
I worked with elderly people, which was mostly assistants, and most of them were Parkinson's and Alzheimer.
I see. So then you came back?
I came here in late 2006. I worked partially in Northampton for a while, and then I moved into Easthampton in 2008.
Yeah.
And I was actually employed by Big E supermarket for over 6 years.
Yeah. Shout out for Big E's.
Yes, definitely. Thank you for employment. And that's actually where my Kinga name come up, because my supervisor at the time, she came up with that nickname for me, Kingaroo.
Kingaroo, yeah.
And that's why my business pretty much.
Is that supposed to be you?
Yes. Well, that was actually the first one I did when I was have to come up with some sort of logo for my art. And I figured, well, I'm starting easy, so that was all with the ink.
Yeah.
And I used that at the beginning.
Yeah, you said before that you really developed a skill with pen and ink drawing.
Yes.
Yeah. Cats.
Yes, that's actually from the Easthampton, right there, Heather Salazar, Yamamimi, and that's one of the illustrations I did for her book.
That's beautiful. Now, is that?
It's all about Siamese cats.
Yeah.
Mostly, there is one actually red cat, but.
So that's all.
Watercolor and ink.
Beautiful. My goodness.
Thank you.
You're self-taught, you said. So,
yes.
Yeah. But you have it in your blood.
I guess must be something.
Must be in your blood, yeah.
But I think if you dedicate your time, you can actually learn a lot yourself. That's another illustration from the book. So that was actually the first one I painted. It's funny because this one it took me the longest, but it was the first one.
Yeah.
And I think I like it the most from all of them in the book. And it's another also from the book. I actually don't have cats, and I had to kind of watch a little bit of videos on YouTube about their behavior.
Oh, yeah.
So just so I had idea how they would sit and how they would move.
There's the largest cat, the fat cat.
Definitely.
Yeah.
It's a Professor Simon in the book,
Oh, that's
one of
him?
the characters. And actually, my husband is a taller, bigger man. So I kind of created that, resembling him, as I'm keeping that one, the original in my home.
Absolutely, you should, yes. And they're very expressive. I mean, these cats have, the personalities in their faces, and you really have an eye for expression. It's wonderful. Now, how long typically does it take you to complete something like this?
10 to 20 hours.
Oh, yeah?
Because they all 11 by 14.
Yeah?
I sketch them first, and then I do the ink next. I erase all the sketches, and I start applying watercolor, and I go really tone by tone. When it dries, it has to be retouched, and at the end, I go again with the pen and I go over to kind of smooth the lines and make everything more visible.
There's such detail. You can get that kind of detail with a pen because
Yes.
Now what are these guys up to?
He's dreaming that he's a superhero.
Oh, I see. Yeah, okay. Yes, and he's got his adoring fans.
It's his mother and his brother. Halloween.
Yeah. Whipped cream. Oh,
It's a pumpkin pie.
Pumpkin pie, yeah. No, this is all of the detail on the leaves and the coloration. It's very, very, very good. I shouldn't say it's very good. I mean, it's just very, it's so intricate and right on. To use a phrase from the 60s, it's right on.
I really wish sometimes I was happy with all my drawings, but I am not. And every time I paint them, I'm like, I don't know if I like it. It's just the self-criticism.
Yeah, you can be too hard on yourself.
Yes.
I mean, you have to do some self-criticism because you have to look, especially if you're going to offer these for sale or for the public, you have to feel within yourself that it's just right.
Just right, exactly.
Yeah. Oh.
That was completely different. That was something that I tried.
It's grasshopper.
And it's actually for sale in a vintage seller. It's also a big drawing. It's 11 by 14. And one of the friends of mine, she says, do you ever do grasshoppers? I says, no. But I don't want to do like anything simple. So I figured, what if I make a character just to give it a try?
Yeah, no, it's great.
And
it reminds me of that old Walt Disney character, Jiminy Cricket.
yes, definitely.
He used to play a violin and wear the hat. Now, I was going to say, do you use live models? Like, did you have a grasshopper that you just took it from?
It's just, I'm looking sometimes, like I think most of artists these days, on Google and see what the colors are.
Yeah.
Just because I don't think I'll be remembering anything, that I've seen before. But the idea, I just come out with it. So I associated the hat, even doesn't look like a mushroom underneath the hat. It should resemble a mushroom.
Oh, it is. Yes, that's right. Now I look at it more closely. Yes.
I stopped there. I was thinking about adding more to the background.
Yeah.
But if you've seen it in person, it gives it on a white background, gives a little more like pop-up view than it's actually on the picture. So I didn't want to add anything else to it. I just left it alone.
No, it's perfect. Oh, hedgehog.
That's actually my another project that I'm working on. I'm not sure when it's going to be completed. But I had drawn a series of characters for that project, and that's one of them. We call him Hobbs the Hedgehog.
Hobbs, yeah.
So that's pretty much what I do first when I start to illustrate for my customers is I draw all the characters first, and I show to them, and I'm asking, is that something you like? Because if you do, that's how it's going to look through whole.
Now, now is this someone's pet?
That was somebody's pet.
Okay.
Yes.
I was going to say how people come to you and say, "I have a dog. Could you do the picture of the dog? Can you do a thing on my hedgehog?" Or, yeah, my granddaughter has a hedgehog.
That's cool.
Cute little thing.
It was one of my frogs,
One of your frogs, yeah.
which sold very quickly. It's just good for me. This one actually was all ink and was used to be etched on wood.
Yeah.
So I designed that for Pam, my aunt, actually my husband's aunt, and she has a laser cutter.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And she burned on the wood and she created art from it. It came out beautiful. So that's pretty much the design I did for her
Yeah,
use.
the sheep. Wow, it's very, very. It takes a lot of concentration to do that, doesn't it? You really have to.
Actually, it was fast.
Oh, okay.
This one was fast.
I'm just
Really
saying.
was
I'm just seeing
smaller.
all of the outlines
Yes.
of the wool strands, and it's like, well, you work fast. That's to me, it would be like, I gotta make sure everything looks just right. And,
Sometimes I do that. Sometimes I go quick.
yeah.
If I get my pattern right, especially
Boom.
with those lines, then
Boom.
it just go fast.
Yeah.
If I kind of have to go back and rethink it, then probably a little longer.
Yeah. Sometimes you don't want to think about it. You just do it. And
Right.
you get in a groove. Oh, there you are.
So that's my new
Uh,
design for my logo. I redraw.
uh-huh.
I colored the kangaroo.
Yeah.
It's more appealing, I think, and it probably more reflects my illustrations now that I do
Yeah.
than when I started. I am working currently with two customers, one from Boston, another from Oregon. Both of them are children's books.
Oh yeah.
I can't share the details on it right now, but most of them are self-published customers.
Sure.
The one person is going to be a publisher, probably
Ooh.
going with a bigger publisher.
Very, very nice.
But the other one is self-publishing, and I'm glad to help out to people like that because the market is very saturated with children's books.
Yes.
The cost is huge sometimes to just
To
publish,
produce it, yeah.
and specifically if you want to handwrite illustrations, the prices are very high.
Yeah.
I do it affordably, but I also like to do it. And everybody that I work with, I've been very happy. I think the best thing that opened up the door for me, it was to meeting Heather. When she contacted me through Facebook saying my drawings, and she asked me to do the pictures for her. That really helped me open up my art to other people when they seen it, and it's like, oh, well, I like your style. Would you do it for me?
Now Heather was supposed to be here today, but she's off in Arizona.
She's
so
in Arizona.
We'll get her on another time. because-
Absolutely. She's also a yoga teacher in Easthampton, and I think she had a lot to say.
Yeah.
But
Good.
wonderful person to work with.
Yeah.
I really appreciate the opportunity she gave me, that she chose me to do that book.
Yeah. There's the heron. Now that's
And
what I
this
first saw
one.
on the Facebook page. Yeah.
And this one is for sale in Sevens in Easthampton on Cottage Street.
Oh, yeah.
I think it was Eagle called before.
Yeah.
I am donating all the money from that painting when it's sold to community center.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I know they postponed their art show or art. I think they're supposed to have like an art night
Oh yeah.
in February and in March, but their artists, however, had some kind of health issues, and
Oh.
they
Well,
had to postpone it.
This is for sale, folks. Come on. What are you waiting for?
Absolutely, buy it, and all of the money goes.
This is the famous heron. When it appeared on the Facebook page, everybody went, "Holy cow! This is." It looks like a lot like Audubon. John James Audubon.
Oh yes, I'm familiar with his work. I
Yeah.
think he's better than me for sure.
Well,
He's
but
beautiful.
it still has the same. You still get the same view of the flora around it and the heron. Yeah. So come on, folks, step up. This is available at Sevens. That's
Yes.
on Cottage Street.
Yes,
So stop in and take it home.
right.
Oh, there's the other heron. Yeah, there it is. Yes, I have to
So-
say, when I saw this, I was like, oh my God, this is so, this person is so good, and it's so detailed. You got all the colors. I mean, if you look at a heron, sometimes you don't really see all these colors. You have to look really closely sometimes.
I think it's just very whimsical.
Yeah? Oh, yeah.
Even that I think I could do really like a natural drawings looking just like. I think it's just more interesting if you have a little bit more going to it.
Yeah, yeah. Especially if you look at it, look at its eye. It's got that expression. It's almost smiling, which you wouldn't say much about a heron because they always look kind of like,
Right.
Oh, there's the other side.
Oh, yes, sold also
Oh, there's
very
your brush.
quickly. And then I put the brush there, I took a picture.
Yeah, yeah.
And I'm thinking myself after, everybody's contacting me and telling me, Kinga, you got to put a watermark over it. People is going to start to copy your work.
Yes, yes.
And I said, well, the quality of pictures I'm posting are not that great to be printed. But I started putting brush or pencil
Yeah, yeah.
just to...
That's right. Yeah, you got to get them copywritten, and you could get into the greeting card business and the whole thing.
I'm trying to kind of, my paintings to show a little bit of emotion or expression, even if it's just them looking certain way.
Yeah.
And I guess everybody that bought the paintings, they always said to me, it just speaks to me somehow. So I'm glad that they enjoy it.
Because this heron is looking out at us, and it's got a certain quality to it, and you say, oh. And the two dragonflies, with their expressions, they're just, like you said, whimsical. They got the eyes, and they're looking, and they got a little something going on there. They're cute little buggers, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh. Now that's a tiger, or just?
That's lynx.
A lynx.
A cat.
Oh, beautiful.
Also just an idea. It's a little different.
Well, you got it. You're right on it. You have you have it down. The anatomy of the lynx and the full expression kind of its size and its shape, and it's not flat,
I'm trying to do this. Yeah, like you said, it doesn't look flat. A little bit of dimension. And first I do the cat, and then I'm just thinking what I'm going to put around him.
Yeah.
And as I do the expression, I figured, well, he has to look on something. So I added the birds.
Looking at the birds.
It's just a step by step.
Well, they do that. They sit around and look around, and they get in the bushes because, they're
Thinking about dinner.
thinking about dinner, yeah. How am I going to get one of those birds to come down here so I can eat it? Oh, look at that.
There was also an idea just to do it. Sometimes I just sit and thinking what I'm going to do. I think I do owl. And,
So are animals your specialty, kind of?
I prefer do birds because I believe that with my technique and the lines, it shows the best.
Yeah.
But I can do people as well. They're a little different portraits. It's not something that somebody is expecting to see as like oil and very realistically looking.
Yeah.
So we will have different appearance and texture.
Yeah. Well, here you get all the lines of the feathers and every single. It's very, very intricate, or
It's just the eyes that is
well,
looking
the eyes
at too.
Yeah, when you said you prefer to do birds, I could see why, because you have so much. You can do so much with the feathers. Just coloring a feather is a thing in itself, and the eyes. Yeah, they do have those eyes. Oh, there's the heron again.
It's different pose. It's definitely not vertical like most of my paintings, but it's also, if somebody wants to see it, it's still at the vintage, and if anybody wants to come and see actually how they look really in person, because the colors definitely are more vivid.
You'd really have to do that. That's Vintage Cellar East.
Yes.
Which is located in here down...
Yes, in Keystone Building.
Keystone Building now, yeah. They used to be on Cotter Street, but now they're reopened down in... So once again, folks, get down to Vintage Cellar East and partake of some really fine art. Peacock. Oh, look at that. Yes, that is it. That is the peacock. You got it all in there. And the flowers and the different flora around it.
Some of them are probably imaginary because most of the flowers I draw, they really don't look like any flowers or something, but it's just based on an idea of it. And
well, imagine.
As long as it looks good, right?
As long as it looks good, imaginary is great too.
No, that's one more. That's the Yamamimi.
Oh,
That's the actually original. It looks a little different on the cover, but
it's a little. Here's a little. She's a little. Is it he or she?
That's he.
He.
It's a little cat, and that was the proposal that's actually the cover that I did first for her. And actually the story of the book, it's actually wrote about her cat. She used to have that cat years ago.
Yeah.
And it's challenging at times to do someone's pets without knowing what their emotions towards the animal,
Personality is,
personality, character.
Well, this guy, you got him, I can imagine him just being totally energetic and funny, and he's got that expression like, come on, here I am.
Right.
The ears, my goodness, look at those ears. Very, very, very nice. And there's a ladybug? No.
It's a little bee hiding behind.
That's a bee
the
hiding,
beehive. Yeah, that's my latest drawing. I just did that probably a week ago.
Oh, cool.
I hadn't really posted yet. I had actually a person asking about it, so I wasn't posting.
Well,
But,
don't worry, the frogs.
But pretty much at this point, with moving on with drawing for the books,
Yeah.
I'm gonna take a break from those.
So they
I
come
will
off.
still do those, but because of the extreme time that takes to do the illustration for the book,
Yeah.
I probably won't have anything for my fans for a while to do, to
You're
offer.
gonna let your fans down, yeah.
Yeah, I don't want to make it. I don't want to, get people upset. But
It's hard to be a rock star.
I wish I
And
was.
there we are at the beginning with the kangaroo. The Yamamimi by Heather Salazar, and the illustrations are all by Kinga, and the illustrations are some of what we saw here. And now, where is this available for sale?
Amazon.
Amazon.
Yes.
Oh, there you go.
And she is actually a professor at Western New England University.
Oh,
And on
yeah.
April 25th, we will have a showing of the art in their gallery. And also we want to have some of the books. We're going to do some signings. So 5:30 on afternoon till 7.
No, that's
so if
where is it
anyone,
gonna be at the
that's in
gallery?
Springfield.
In Springfield.
Yes.
We'll have to post that information on.
And
the
actually, there is more info on my website,
Any website.
kingaruart.com,
program. Okay.
about all the event.
We'll have
So-
that too. Wow. Well, this is really wonderful. It's just wonderfully colorful
Thank you.
art that you've developed here, and thanks for being here and coming on and talking about.
I just want to thank you very much for
Oh.
interviewing me and spending time with me.
And for those folks who don't subscribe to the Easthampton Group Facebook page, do it, because not only is it a great community forum and so forth, but Kinga's art has been on there occasionally, and she gets rave reviews, folks. I mean, you can tell why. So
Thank you.
keep on doing it. And so you have this one exhibition coming up. Is there
Yes.
anything else that?
Probably I work at Williston right now, so I'm probably going to have another showing in September, October.
Yeah.
It won't be all about the book. It will be some of my work actually
Yeah.
in the gallery at that time.
Well.
So there will be details to follow.
Right. We'll look forward to it.
And I definitely will post it somewhere when it happens.
Yeah, I do. Oh, yeah, we'll hear about it.
I think I just want to add to thank you to everybody that
Yeah.
helped me to, how to say it, to create my art. I would say the process, the patience, specifically to my husband. And I would like to say thank you for all the time that I'm spending drawings, and, he's helping me out. And specifically Pam, his aunt, his mother, sister. I mean, everybody been wonderful and supportive. So I'm very lucky.
Now, do you have any fans back in Poland? Have any
Actually, I
family?
do. There's some friends on the Facebook that see my
Oh,
art. But they
good.
always knew I was drawing as a kid, so
Yeah.
they're not surprised to
Not
see
surprised,
the
right,
stuff.
right.
But they're happy that I actually went back to it.
Yeah.
No, I'm extremely
Terrific.
grateful. And coming to the U.S., I really finished up in a wonderful community.
Yeah, it is.
I was blessed with
Easthampton
everything.
is the center of the universe, as some people like to say.
Let's say that. Cool.
That's cool, yeah.
Yes, definitely. But I gotta say that I've been fortunate, and I appreciate everybody, all the help, all the people that likes my stuff on Facebook. I sincerely appreciate. I appreciate them buying my things, display my stuff. It's not all about money or making money.
No,
It's really, it's
Well,
all about if somebody really enjoys it. I love to see someone buying it and
yeah.
really love
Well,
it.
there's not a lot not to enjoy here. I mean, you really do express. There really is that expression of happiness and joy and whimsy, like you said. But there's that's all part of it, and that's why it's so attractive. It's very attractive work.
And I cannot say one more thing. I just finished a drawing for Grovewood, Northampton for the new poster for the Tuesday market.
Oh,
So
really?
my drawing is going to be featured on the poster.
Oh, wonderful.
Probably coming out next month, I think so.
Wonderful.
So the graphic designer is working now on his part. So that's
See, you're expanding and you're getting well known, and pretty soon you're going to be. Well, it'll be by appointment only.
oh
So,
no,
I know her when she
not
was.
me. Not me. I'm a very simple person. You can reach me
Yeah, yeah.
anytime. Contact me through Facebook.
We'll have your website on the program, and
Definitely.
yeah.
I'm approachable. I'm not a star. I'm too simple
Oh,
for it.
well, I wouldn't be so sure. I mean, you really have a talent here that's come forth, and it's within you. Like you say. Now, did you ever do any work with your dad? Like
No,
follow
actually,
him around
no.
and no?
I seen him doing stuff, but that was later on.
Yeah.
Actually, he wasn't a person to be willing to teach anybody. It was more just
yeah.
to do what he has to do. So looking a little bit on that, and then being always probably like fan of children's illustrations,
Yeah.
that can always stay behind me. But at that time, I really didn't know how to do that stuff.
Yeah.
I was thinking of doing art school,
Yeah.
but everybody told you, well, you can't live off that. So actually, I am nutritionist
Yeah.
by education,
Right.
and I just come back to drawing after people were asking me, oh, can you do me a pad? I had a little bit drawing here and there,
Yeah. And
And that's how
word
it
spread by
started.
mouth, word of mouth.
pretty much.
Yeah. Great. Well, Kinga, thanks very much for coming on. And good luck in the future with your art. I'm sure
Thank
you'll
you.
have plenty of it. And once again, thanks for taking the time.
Thank you
And
very much.
We'll hope to have you back someday.
I hope so.
I hope
when
so.
I get big.
When you get big, yeah. So, from all of us to all of you, I'm still Ted Perch, and I'm still the host of this program. And thank you for joining us on this edition of In Studio with Kinga Martin. And we'll see you next time. Thank you.
Seeking to find the answers are easy to read. Face that inevitable. Face that inevitable.
My parting words would be relax, have fun, and rest easy.
And aloha.
Aloha! Aloha! Thank you.